Hey pageant fans, it's a brand new week and we have a brand new Miss Universe. But what were my thoughts on the pageant? I also want to know what you felt about the 71st Miss Universe edition. I have a whole list with me of things that I want to discuss in order to give my final review of the 71st edition of Miss Universe. I do hope that you have liked the Miss Universe coverage by Andy, the 30 Days Miss Universe coverage by Andy, and that you have also subscribed to the channel. This would mean a lot to me. Let's start at the beginning. Let's focus on the opening. It was a really fun opening where we got to see a lot of the girls dancing and having fun. And also we saw a part of the New Orleans culture, which where the festivities take place on the streets in New Orleans. So that was really fun. I thought it was very energetic and eye-catching the way that Miss Universe decided to open the pageant this year. So overall, no complaints there. I liked it very much. As to the introductions of the candidates, I felt a bit that many of the candidates introduced themselves as if they were participating at Miss Grand International. No, nothing wrong intended here. But you can understand that the pageants are different, and the Miss Grand International is another type of platform where we expect certain ways they introduce themselves. So it was a bit surprising and shocking. I really would prefer if the Miss Universe contestants would just remain calm and poised and elegant while they introduce themselves. But I do understand, of course, the energy in the public and the nerves, the excitement, everything adds up so that they introduce themselves the way they did. Let's talk about the hosts. We had Jeannie Mae, Olivia Culpo, Catriona Gray, and also Zuri. Might I say, my first impression was very good. I loved the high energy that all of the hosts had. I think the weakest of the hosts to me was Olivia Culpo, but I think she is still a bit shaken up from the last time that she hosted the Miss Universe pageant. But nonetheless, I did not miss Steve Harvey. I have to be honest there. I was very happy and pleased with the new fresh air that was introduced in the Miss Universe pageant with these four hosts. And I think also Catriona Gray would be an amazing host to have on the main stage. She really did amazing. After the hosts were introduced and gave a short introduction about the pageant, etc., they went over to introduce the judges. Now here is where everything went south. We know many of the Miss Universe previous winners, so when they announced their names on TV and we didn't see their faces on TV, it was a bit of a what the moment, and expecting also that this would be corrected, but it wasn't. So it was a bit chaotic in that sense for the introduction of the judges. I saw many different comments online about the entertainment choices, about the performance during the Miss Universe pageant. Many liked that. Many liked the performance, but most of the people online did not like the performance. To me, honestly, I do not watch the Miss Universe pageant for the performers. I watch the Miss Universe pageant for the contestants. So it did not bother me as much. Of course, I would bring talents from New Orleans on stage during such an important moment. The purpose is to highlight New Orleans, right? So for me, there's no complaints there. Again, I'm not watching the Miss Universe for the performers. I'm watching Miss Universe for the contestants. The announcement of the top 16, wasn't this such an intense moment? Of course, we knew that we could expect surprises because we have a new organization running the Miss Universe pageant. To me, most of the surprises were Haiti, Laos, Canada, Trinidad and Tobago, Portugal, and also Peru. Because I didn't feel that Peru performed that well during the preliminaries, but during the final night of Miss Universe, I could even have seen her getting crowned as Miss Universe. Such a nice and beautiful performance. And of course, we were shocked that Philippines, Thailand, Vietnam, Aruba, and Mexico were not included in the list. But this is also something that we can expect every year. Again, we do not know what happens during the private interviews, and this shows too that how strong you have to be in the private interviews with the judges to make such an impact. Because after the top 16 was announced, then we could see all the contestants on stage in swimwear and in evening gown. You could easily see who the strong contenders are, or the strong contestants. Such candidates as Laos, Haiti, for example, Canada, who of course were happy that they're in the top 16 finalists, but compared to the rest of the top 16, their performance was underwhelming. So this means that their private interview with the judges must have gone really great, therefore accentuating the importance of how you should be prepared to answer your questions during the private interviews with the judges, as it really makes an impact on your final score. After each candidate of the top 16 was announced, they showed a small clip of the contestants really telling a bit more about themselves, about their social work that they have been doing in their countries. And I have to be honest, I kind of missed that live interaction as soon as they were announced as a top 16 finalists. Because you miss that excitement, you miss that nervousness, you miss that first impression of the contestant when she is really surprised to be there or not. And it also provides you a more authentic feel as to how she will do throughout the competition. But having seen those videos that were produced by the Miss Universe pageant, I really wish that these videos would have been released much earlier, because then, and of all the contestants, not only the finalists, because then we could have analyzed the contestants even more. Watching certain of these videos, I can understand why these contestants that I did not expect in the top 16 did qualify, because they had really good communication skills, they had really good stories, they had content that can back up their qualification into the pageant. So I really hope that this might be something that the Miss Universe organization will consider for next year, making these videos for all the contestants and releasing them before the final night of Miss Universe. From 16 down to 5, I had in my list of the 16 candidates that qualified, I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 contestants that could easily move into the top 5, but unfortunately only 5 could do that. And Miss Venezuela, USA, Puerto Rico, Curacao, and Dominican Republic, who were also in my initial top 7 list in this case, were the ones who qualified. I could have also easily seen Miss Colombia and also Miss Peru belonging in this top 5, but nonetheless, I was happy. We have to talk about this. We have to talk about the speech that Miss Anne, the new owner of Miss Universe, gave during the Miss Universe pageant, the telecast. My first impression was, of course, we know that everything at Miss Universe is scripted. So everything is timed down to each second because it is a TV production. I felt that this part of the competition was not scripted and that Anne actually took advantage of the situation to highlight her and her purposes, I believe, and not exactly the contestants. I do not feel that this was the appropriate moment. She could have easily also made these types of videos for her social media channels or used the Miss Universe social platforms to do this. It was a bit long and it took away from the essence of Miss Universe, according to me. But I do appreciate the prize that was given to Miss Thailand because she truly deserved that prize. After the top 5 contestants gave their answers to the questions that were asked, my initial top 3 before the Miss Universe competition started actually became the top 3 during the final night of Miss Universe. So I'm very proud of that. Let's analyze the top 3 for a moment. I'll start with Miss Dominican Republic. Gorgeous. Poised, elegant. I loved her evening gown. Her overall look was spectacular. My only issue with her was we know that she can speak. She does speak very well. She has very good content. She knows what she's talking about. But unfortunately, when she gives her answers to the questions, her face becomes so serious. She is so focused on what she is answering that she does not come across relatable or nice or approachable. So I think in that sense, it did not work in her advantage. Um, if she only smiled a bit or looked more sweet, I think the final result could have been different. Now we have Miss Venezuela, my overall winner of the pageant. I really did expect her to win the pageant as well. I saw many of the pageant fans criticizing her finals dress, but of course, they criticized her preliminary dress, they criticized her finals dress. I saw pictures of two similar dresses to what Miss Venezuela wore, and all I have to say is, why are we looking for reasons to discredit the placement of Miss Venezuela? She did a super great job during the pageant, and she absolutely deserved to be in the top 3 or even win the pageant. So let's not focus on that, guys. Come on. And for Miss USA, of course, a pleasant surprise, but still not a complete shock that she won the pageant. Miss USA has been strong throughout the competition, even before the pageant started. As soon as she was crowned Miss USA, we saw the potential in her that she could be the next Miss Universe. It has been 10 years since USA has won the pageant, and it was a nice surprise that she wore black. This goes to show that many of those superstitions or unwritten rules of what you should and should not do at Miss Universe or any pageants are completely not relevant. Miss USA showed us that you can do whatever you want. You can wear whatever you want. As long as you feel confident in your outfit, why should it matter what color it is? Wear black, darling. Wear it. Many people are saying that the Miss Universe pageant was rigged, that there was fraud that took place because we did not have many of the popular countries as finalists this year, specifically Miss Philippines and Miss Thailand, Miss Vietnam. Of course, they were very strong contenders, but I personally cannot allow myself to believe in fraud, because if I allow myself to believe that the pageant can be rigged, then what happened to all those previous times that those countries, Philippines, Thailand, all those powerhouses that did qualify and win the pageant? Were the results also fixed during those years? I cannot allow myself to believe that. So I do believe that the pageant is fair. I do believe that you have to concentrate specifically on your interview skills, on your communication skills, that you have to know what you're going to say during the interview. Of course, it's nice that if you can handle yourself in a conversation, but there is strategy behind a participation of a contestant. And this is very essential if you want to be successful in your next pageant. I'm very excited about what Miss USA, now the new Miss Universe, will do throughout her reign, and also as to the promises that Anne made that the first and second runner-up were also going to travel together with the new Miss Universe. I do hope to see this become a reality, and I do look forward to what the new organization has in store for our new queens. The next pageant will be held in El Salvador. This is very exciting. I've been to El Salvador a few times, a very beautiful country with very beautiful and nice people. So I am very happy that El Salvador gets the chance to host the 72nd Miss Universe competition. And hopefully, fans, I will be there to bring you exclusive content this year for the 72nd Miss Universe competition. I do hope that you will remain pending of this YouTube channel, because throughout the year I will keep on bringing on Miss Universe related content, but also I'm going to focus on the local pageants. So I want to highlight each of the local pageants that will take place before the Miss Universe pageant, and this way get to know the contestants even better, even earlier on, in order to be able to provide a better prediction for the 72nd Miss Universe competition. First, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to the channel, and I thank you very much, and I will see you in the next episode on my YouTube channel.